DC Comics, a company doing so well that they have to go around and tell you just how well they're doing, which is not something that a healthy company does. But they're out there saying they're going to be around forever. There's nothing to worry about, nothing to see here. Please move on, because we're making all of the right decisions. Decision after decision that helps us get quick headlines, but actually nobody's reading the books. So as you know, a few weeks ago, they decided to make some changes with Tim Drake Robin, and most of that hype has died down. 6 hours ago, the Economic Times posted something. Latest edition of Batman Urban Legends focuses on Robin's private life, his sexuality, which, you know, I'm sure everybody wants to read that comic book. A person exploring their sexuality. That's exactly the kind of stories people are going to line up down the block for, I'm sure. So you can see that they're still reaping the rewards from this. Now, they didn't have, and it's not Robin, by the way, it's Tim Drake Robin. The actual Robin right now is Damian Wayne. I don't know if Tim Drake Robin is going to go back to Red Robin or what. That's the name he had before, because Damian Wayne is Robin right now. So it's not the mantle, it's the character. Tim Drake, by the way, they've had no idea what they want to do with him for years. Nightwing, they've got stuff going on with. They've got stuff going on with Red Hood. They've got stuff going on with Damian Wayne. His Robin comic, actually pretty good, by the way. Tim Drake, they're just kind of sitting on, well, I guess we could make him gay. That's something we could do. Boom, headlines. And everyone covers it. They didn't do that. They didn't have him come out so that he, could help people feel good or whatever. They did it for headlines. That's the only reason they did it. Because I'm going to tell you what, in about 4, 5, 6 months, he'll be back with Spoiler again. And boom, they got all those headlines. They can address it in a little panel here and there, and then they're just going to move on from it. And boom, all of these people got suckered into writing about the comic that nobody was reading. By the way, they're doing so good that they've got half of their titles next month, I believe, are Batman books. Doing great, I'm sure. Because, well, when you're trying to expand, just put tons of your favorite characters, everyone's favorite character out in a book. Just flood the market with Batman books. I mean, it's not a cheap way to make a bunch of money real quick. That's not what they're doing, is it?
How dare you?
I mean, they wouldn't do this again for more headlines, would they? So I talked about this in a previous video. Jon Kent Superman is likely going to come out in some fashion. I don't know what they're going to have him come out as. I'll get to that in a second. But it's probably going to happen for sure. I did a video on this, and I didn't show it, but I'm going to show you this week because the street date is up. I didn't want to show that panel in my last video because, well, technically it's before street date, and I don't know if they would have done anything to the video. But now the comic has been released, so I can show you some stuff. But you can see the headlines are already kind of there. This is from Pink News. DC Comics will make Superman gain an unexpected shakeup, and fans are overjoyed. Now, I think the people that are overjoyed are likely people on woke Twitter who will just read the comics for free through piracy and then tweet about it, and no actual sales will pick up. But there's going to be a lot of articles written about this. Lots of articles. By the way, it's not Clark Kent Superman. People that are pushing for that change that they are oh so looking for should be a little upset that they're doing this with Jon Kent and not Clark Kent. Wouldn't that have been the real win? DC Comics not quite so committed to the cause, are they? So, Jon Kent is Superman right now. Clark Kent is not on planet. He's on war world trying to free it. So Jon Kent has taken up the mantle. Now, the implied thing here is that he is going to hook up with this character, and they're going to build it up. They're going to build it up. It's going to take a few issues for this stuff to happen. Bleeding Cool has pretty much confirmed it. As much as I don't like Bleeding Cool, especially Rich Johnston, he does know people in the comic book industry and sometimes is wrong, but quite a few times when he gets sources, they sometimes work out, and he's confirming this. So he says, but as for Jonathan Kent's sexuality, well, yes, that is definitely up for discussion. Before DC Comics 2025 G plans were abandoned, Jonathan Kent was intended to have a relationship with Jenny Sparks of the Authority. But now, Jonathan Kent is a human Kryptonian hybrid, and DC Comics are currently intending him to be portrayed as a queer young man, though the exact labels are up in the air or up in the sky, gay, bi, pan. It may be a while till this comes to fruition. On the page, however, that is only one part of the parcel. That is Jonathan Kent. Tom Taylor has stated that he gets one very good friend very early on by issue 3, someone that he can talk to, that can be a confidant like Damian Wade, and they're going to have a big role in this. And that's this character right here, who, like his mother, is a news reporter, except he's a hip new age reporter on YouTube. Pink hair. Oh, excuse me. It's heavily implied that this might be someone who uses they, them pronouns as well. So this will get a lot of media attention, is exactly what's going to happen. The media's going to cover it until they finally have their first kiss. And then there's going to be even more articles. They know what they're doing, and that's why this is happening, because this is the only way that they can get people to talk about their comics. So they're kind of playing the game, but at the same time, they're also turning a lot of people off to their comics. So, it's an interesting move that we'll see how it plays out. Now, like I said in my last video, definitely should be gay characters in comics, but it should be done. First off, it should be done at the benefit of the story, no matter what you do with a romance. And it shouldn't just be pandering, which is what this is, because nobody had any problems with Apollo and Midnighter and characters that have already been established like this. I believe that Jon Kent has descendants in Future State. In some of the Future State comics, he has descendants. So I'm not quite sure how they get around that. Maybe they just don't care and they just retcon that out. I don't know. But it's very obvious to me that what they're doing here is just to get publicity. I mean, this is the same reason that two women share a kiss in Rise of Skywalker, and they do it so that they can edit it out real quick, and that way they can still make money on it. So all this is they're not doing this because they care about any community. They're doing this to make money. And I don't think it's going to quite work. They keep going after this woke Twitter crowd, and it never works out. But they're just doubling down on it. Anyway, I don't know. Tell me what your thoughts are on this. Also, if you would please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. And as always, I will see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.